Welcome to Talkin' Jets. My name's Ryan, and I'll be your pilot tonight. I am joined alongside our panel, Matt O'Leary and Green Bean. How you guys doing tonight? Matt, kick it to you first.
I guess as good as we can be as Jets fans. Each week it just gets more and more depressing, but I'm very much excited to have my Jets therapy with you guys. It helps.
Green Bean, how you doing there over there tonight?
Well said, man. If I didn't have you guys, I don't know what I'd do with myself, because they're stealing my soul, man. It's like, it's just, I can't even believe that this is what we're dealing with. So I'm thankful that I have you guys to commiserate with.
Oh, yeah. Guys, if you've not checked out Matt O'Leary and Green Bean's content, their links are going to be in the description down below, so make sure you head down there and sub those guys up. If you like this panel and you want to see more of it, or you just want to get other people involved, drop a like on the like button down below, and we love you for it. But guys, let's move into some of our discussion. We're obviously going to get into the Le'Veon Bell stuff. That's going to be in a little bit. We'll jump into some of our week 2 thoughts, some stock risers and fallers, and then we'll jump into the Le'Veon Bell things, and we'll get to the phone lines, because I'm sure you guys want to have a whole bunch of knowledge you want to drop on the three of us. So let's start this. Thoughts on week 2. Matt, I'll throw it to you first.
The chat's gonna go nuts week 5, but that's all right. The just overall, not too much fun when you have to watch a 35-year-old Joe Flacco and a 37-year-old Frank Gore run your offense.
I didn't see that. Sorry, I'm looking at this thing now. I didn't realize it said week 2 on there. Sorry.
That's all right.
Week 5. Week 5. There it is. Okay. Yeah, sorry. We're talking about the 49ers again. Sorry, I interrupted. Matt, go for it.
So, to me, biggest takeaways were the overuse of Frank Gore. Where is LaMichael Pirine? And what the hell happened to Chris Herndon? He stinks.
Yeah. I mean, when I'm looking at this team, the guys that I expected to be focal points of this team, Le'Veon Bell, Chris Herndon, just don't seem to be in that realm at all. Green Bean, what about you? Thoughts on week 2?
How funny.
5. Sorry.
Right.
I'm screwing my own self up.
That's
Should we reset this? Should we turn this off and start again? This is brutal. Thoughts on week 5, Green
Really
Bean?
funny. You're stuck there, man. That's I love.
I really am.
I just think it's absolutely hilarious that, number one, that I remember looking back oh yeah, we signed Forte, at the end of his career. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, we signed Art Monk, at the end of his, and that goes on and on and on. And it's we're here again, just like Matt said, with Flacco and Gore. That's the focal point of our offense right now. It's like Bubby Brister and all that. But how hilarious is it that our offensive genius head coach, who is so good, he doesn't need a quarterback coach or an offensive coordinator, actually said he would consider relinquishing the play calling duties, which is supposed to be the thing we got him for. That and quarterback guru. It's is it funny? Is this funny? Because I'm thinking it might be.
I don't know. I hate it. It's literally the guy. The reason we brought him in was to make sure he takes care of the quarterback and grooms Sam Darnold the right way. Okay, he can't do that. We've clearly regressed. Okay, well, the play calling. He's a genius play caller. Not so much. And then you go, we haven't gotten anything we've signed up for, and if anything, we have looked worse and worse. We've blown our chance at Sam Darnold, and we're looking down the pipe at the number 1 overall pick. So, funny? I don't know, but frustrating, yes. Very much so.
I don't know how different Dowell Loggins would be as a play caller. I feel like it's the Spider-Man meme when they're pointing at each other. It's same. Might as well stay the same at that point.
But if he's somebody who Gase he thinks he's smart, right? Dowell Loggins probably doesn't, so he might just do better just by going, "Hey man, let's do this," random.
Fucking throw this at the dartboard. Let's see if it sticks, or throw it at the wall.
The Jet special.
Oh, jeez. I would hope that Loggins would be out with Gase, and it would be really Jim Bob Cooter that's calling the plays. But I guess if Loggins is technically the OC, you're probably giving those play calling responsibilities to Loggins.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh man,
That's ugly. That's just ugly. I don't want that. Ugh. Whatever. Oh, we got Jets X Factor jumping in here. Who we got in Jets X Factor? Is that Joe or Nania or Sabo? Which one you guys looking at over there? I gotta get these guys.
I'm ready to
Let's
start
see.
gambling again. I think I made a decision. I haven't gambled in like 15 years. I think I'm ready. You guys want to start betting some money?
Jets X Factor. If you Sabo,
That's right.
you can let us know, Sabo, if you want to jump in on this conversation. I'll throw you the Zoom chat link, and we'll throw you in here too. I'll take a look over on the side. If not, it's okay. No worries, no pressure. Yeah. So God, thoughts on Week 5? We stink. Across the board, I was expecting Kyler Murray to really run up like the rushing game on us. We didn't really see that. We saw his effect on our defense for sure. Man, it feels like when I look at Kyler and then I look at what we're doing on offense, it's like, man, I feel like we are stuck in the Stone Age. It just doesn't feel like, it just doesn't make any sense. It makes no damn sense for me. Can any of you make any heads or tails over what Gase is doing, what his thought process is? I feel like no. I feel like we're kind of treading over the same stuff each week.
no. To me, the most frustrating part of this all was that we saw Cliff Kingsbury and the Cardinals do what the Jets should have been doing the last couple of years, because you had Cliff in the building, like that. He was one of my top choices. I personally really like Matt Rule, but anyway, Cliff Kingsbury, if you hired him, maybe things would be going completely different on offense. Like we saw his play calling on 4th and 1 versus like the Jets play calling on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1. And it's just like, I say it every week, but it seems like they're playing two different sports. Like the Jets are setting this sport back by like decades, the way that they're playing football. It's not watching the NFL in 2020. Like, I don't know what it is. Like watching the NFL in like, I don't know, the late 80s, early 90s. Like, what are we doing here? You're giving, again, I'm beating a dead horse every week, but you're giving Frank Gore the ball like 10 times a game for what? You're not going to try to get creative in any way possible. Why? Like, you're 0-5. You're going to get fired anyway, or you're 0-4 at the time. You're going to get fired anyway. Like, can we at least try to do some things differently instead of sticking with the stubbornness and I'm going to stick to my script and just be awful every week? Like, I don't understand.
Well, look, I think it's interesting that we just keep it's like it's the same movie every week. And I think one of Gase's absolutely, like, his largest flaws is that he's so stubborn that he wants to prove that his thing can work. So we saw it over and over again with the 3rd and 1, 4th and 1 baloney. Right. So we're all saying, you should run a quarterback sneak, or maybe even time. That's a perfect time for a play action. They're all right there in the box. They can tell what's coming. Throw something different at them and actually make something happen, something exciting. But he won't do it. Just like we saw with Josh Adams a few weeks ago. It was his first and only play of the game. His first and only time having the ball was 4th and 1. He did the same thing 3rd and 1 with Trevon Wesco. Now, it's not uncommon, right? Like we see fullback, tight end things, but that was the first time we handed him the ball on a critical play. It's the exact same thing. He just dressed it up differently. It's the same script over and over. And that is the problem with Gase. It goes hand in hand with him needing a specific type of player to run specific plays and to run his schemes. He has no idea how to do anything but what he knows. And it turns out what he knows is complete dog shit. So especially, like Matt just said, in today's NFL, maybe a few years ago with Peyton Manning, maybe it was like that moment where what he was doing clicked. It's not that way anymore. He's conservative. He's playing scared. And just like was just said, dude, throw it all into the wind. We're 0-4 going on 0-5. Dude, light it up. Just throw the ball. Do all the craziest shit you ever thought of. Now is the time. But no, it's still, 3-yard passes and running up the A gap. It's the same thing over and over again.
This guy is calling plays to make sure he never has another job in the NFL again. Like, that's what it comes off to me as. I don't see him getting a quarterback, coaching position. Because I think most talent evaluators, when they look at Darnold, they see, okay, that was a very promising young talent, and he just completely went backwards. Did not see a single stroke of moving forwards, really. V-Man, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, hey, Green Bean, did you see my Gase hire video I sent you on Twitter? Ryan and Matt have already seen it. By the way, once again, the Jets have let golden eggs pass. V-Man, I did not actually watch it. I said I was going to watch it after the stream last night, and I definitely did not. I forgot.
And here's the problem with me is, and I'll be real honest, I'm only able, my bandwidth is such with this beard that I can only handle so much social media. The Twitter has fallen to the wayside. I barely go on there. If you want to send it to me on Instagram, I check that at least daily. But Twitter, and I'm sorry, I feel bad. I would absolutely watch it if I saw it, but the answer unfortunately is no.
Green Bean's got a dial up over there. The rest of us are dealing with fiber. Nah, I wish I had fiber. Baby. Oh man. Brutally slow. All right, so I guess we'll kind of segue the thoughts on week 5, and let's talk a little bit about stock up, stock down. Some of the players that we're looking at. It could be a week to week stock up, stock down. It could be a season. It could be a career stock up, stock down. I'll leave it kind of open for interpretation. Guys in the chat, I encourage you guys to say, let's see whose stock is up right now. Who are you buying? Let us know in the chat. You guys, let's go Green Bean. You go first. Whose stock is trending up right now?
Crowder. Crowder's stock is way up, and I think it's almost like my little 12-year-old awesome sauce son said, if Crowder can do this on this team, it really makes him attractive elsewhere. And I think that's a good point. I think his stock is way up. Interestingly, I think Jeff Smith's stock is up. He hasn't changed the game or anything, but when he gets the ball in his hand, number one, he's shown that he can catch. That one touchdown from Flacco, hit him right in the hands. It was a tough catch, but the great ones make that. The good ones make it. That was a big chink in his armor. But I think his stock might be up. I'll tell you whose stock is down. Adam Gase.
We'll get to the stock down. We'll get to the stock down. Let's just do stock up right now. Just stock up. He's getting ahead of himself.
Yeah, I think that's about it, man, that I can think of right now. Hopefully Matt has some others.
Matt, who you got for stock up?
To me, Crowder was the obvious one. I think that makes a ton of sense. He's had over 100 yards in the 3 games that he's played. Ryan Poles played a little better. Like that might even be a stretch at this point in terms of a stock up. But I don't know. There's not really a ton of stock ups. Green Bean took the first one in Jamison Crowder. That's it. That's all I got. That's in the list.
That's it.
All right. So I'll give you guys a few that I saw kind of tossed around the other day. Williamson getting the interception. His stock going up a little bit. Let me see. You know what? We'll talk stock up and we'll talk stock down, and then I'll pull up some of the Pro Football Focus grades and just sort of see who's trending in which direction from what we see. The other person I was going to say.
Should I go?
Do you want to say? You can say it first.
I remembered one.
Well, I was going to say Franklin Myers.
That's not who I was going to go with. But
okay. Who are you going to go with?
Braden Mann.
Ooh, man, his stock is way up. I like Braden Mann. Big fan of him. The man, the myth, the legend. He's getting the most work out of any of our rookies by far. It's not even close.
How about Ficken?
Oh, true. Ficken too.
Nothing is upsetting me with Ficken right now. He is what? I think he's perfect on kicks right now. He had the one miss, but they called it back and then they kicked again.
Yeah.
That was what, 2-3 weeks ago.
Perfect.
So those, I like that. I like what I'm seeing out of Franklin Myers. I don't know whether to believe it as like, oh, this guy's gonna be really good, or if it's more of like whatever happened last year where you have Fola Fatikasi and Henry Anderson and Nathan
Henry
Shepard,
Anderson.
like all these. Yeah, you got all these like different guys that are kind of like playing well on the defensive line. But is it the player or is it however we're using them? I guess I don't know. But I have liked what I've seen out of him, so I'll give him a little bit of a nod. In terms of players that are, let's call it a green square or above on Pro Football Focus. For those of you that don't know, they go on like a color scale with numbers and whatnot. Highest person on our defense right now is Franklin Myers, 78.4 for the year. That's the 13th of 117 interior defensive linemen. Interior defensive lineman or just D lineman? I think it's DI. I don't know. He's 13th. Then you got Brian Poole at 78.3. That's 9th among all cornerbacks of the 114 cornerbacks that are graded.
Wow.
So just a 0.1 difference between the two of them. After that, it drops off a little bit. We go from 78 down to 69. That's Williamson. He's the 14th ranked linebacker right now. And then Hewitt is right behind him, 15th ranked linebacker with a 67.5. So I don't know how much I buy into those particular stats, but that's what Pro Football Focus is saying. On the offensive side of the ball, I did not believe this. Crowder is not our highest offensive player. I'll give you guys a guess. Who is our highest offensive player? Because you're not going to get it, because I wasn't going to get it either.
I know. I think I saw it. You want me to say it? I'm blowing
Let's
up.
say, like, Matt, you go first.
So you're making it. Mekhi Becton is not the answer then. I'm assuming.
No. Becton's not on. It's showing anyone who's injured. They kind of plucked them off the list. So
Highest grade. I don't know.
I don't think you're going to get it. Green Bean, who do you think it is?
Van Roten.
No. It's Edoga with an 81.
Oh, of course.
With an 81. Had no idea that was going to be the case. Now I got to dig a little bit deeper into this as to why he's rated as high as he is
Van
right now.
Roten
Because that
had the highest rating or something like that. I saw an article. I don't know what I forget. I think that was...
So Edoga's played for 3 different weeks. Week 3 and week 5 being the big ones. He only had 4 total snaps in week 4. So between week 3 and week 5, if you kind of eliminate week 4, because week 4 was a 45.4, but it's only for 4 snaps, so it doesn't, you kind of throw those out the window. He has a 78.5 against the Colts and an 82.9 against the Cardinals. So he's playing a lot better definitely than what I was going to give him credit for. His run blocking grade is phenomenal. Pass blocking's, kind of all right. But yeah, he's our highest graded. Oh, geez, he's our highest graded player overall right now. It's like offense and defense. They don't show the punter on here though, so that's a little bit of a asterisk. So outside of that, you got Crowder at 80.2. You got Bell at 73.3. Lewis is 80. The offensive line, McGovern's looking bad. Van Roten and Fant are about the same, and they're plus or minus like half a point. Herndon 51.9. I mean, it's an ugly roster. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. But I guess let's look a little bit at the stock down guys. Who would you say our stock down is going to be? Matt, I'll start with you on this one.
Okay. Herndon has to be pretty high on that list.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Gates is going to be on that list just because he's been pretty bad. Are we talking for the year or just this past week?
It could be either. We could say past week, career. It could be however you want to interpret stock down. I'm okay with. I would say probably this season.
I would add Darnold to the list. Is it all his fault? No, but his stock is trending downwards right now.
That's fair. Green Bean, what about you?
Did anybody say Adam Gase yet?
I know one adorable Santa-looking DSLer over there, but
dude, what is Herndon's deal, dude? What happened to that guy? Like,
it blows my mind.
It's mind blowing. And that's really, I mean, he was supposed to be our X factor. He can't even catch. So his stock's way down. Quinnen Williams, dude. He's not even getting tackles. So it's not like, I mean, maybe he's doing that thing that they say with defensive tackles. Oh well,
Eating up space.
he's a space eater. And maybe, but he's not tackling anybody. He's not penetrating. He's certainly not getting sacks. He got those 2 sacks that 1 week off of a backup, for the most part. So it's really, I mean, I don't know, man. It's sad to see, but that kid is his stock is down, in my opinion.
For me, I'm gonna say Herndon's the big one because that one hurts. That's a guy we expected to be an elite, maybe not elite, but like a very top end playmaker for this offense. We were expecting to rely on him. So that is first and foremost. He's been very disappointing. I'm gonna say Fant. For me, Fant he had a sack and he had 10 first pressures last week. So really not a good game for Fant. Let me see what they have him currently ranked out of curiosity for this sort of stuff. I like being able to look at some of this stuff. Yeah, his pass blocking has been bad aside from the Denver game. Yeah, no, not great. Not ideal. I would say the offensive line has performed better than than maybe expected. I do want to see Becton back in there. I don't know. Do we know if he's coming back this week or is he out longer?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I know I saw. I'm pretty sure Perriman's not playing. I don't think we've heard Mims is out too. I would think, right?
Who knows? I don't know.
I guess we don't know. We find out what Thursday. I think we find out Thursday is what or I guess whoever practices on Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll have a better idea tomorrow and Thursday, but I think I'd be surprised with Mims and Perryman. Maybe you get Becton back? Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, I hope so. Give me something to watch. That's really like all it is. Has there been a more boring team to watch in the NFL this season than the New York Jets?
Absolutely.
There can't be.
Can I tell you guys a story?
Yeah, go for it.
So, you know who Al Riveron is?
Yes.
No.
All right. Al Riveron is the head of all NFL referees right now. For a while, I'm not going to tell you why, but for a while I was close with him. And this was when he was he was a ref, he got promoted like 2 years after I hung out with him for like 2 years consistently. And 1 week we were in Miami and his family are all Miami fans and all that kind of stuff. And he went, he was actually reffing the Jets game that week and, whatever. So he ended up, it was such a terribly boring game. And when the Jets fumbled, he actually got really excited and did like a first down, really excited. And I got pissed at him. I'm like, look, see, I'm watching a ref root for the other team. You know what I mean? Like, so when I talked to him the next week, I said, dude, what was that? You're showing your colors a little bit. And he said, actually, the NFL gave me shit for that. But he said, dude, I was so bored with that game. I was just happy with any excitement. I was just excited something happened. He goes, that had nothing to do with the Jets, I swear. But the NFL gave him a little bit of grief. But yeah, isn't that funny? He's like, and that's what we're watching this year. It's boring. That we had like 1 or 2 drives last week where I actually got in a good mood. I'm like, I don't even care. Can we just watch a couple plays that are decent? That's all I need right now. Just a little bit of football. But it's like we're getting 1 to 2 drives a game that are even worth watching. It's boring. Terrible.
That is a fantastic story. I thoroughly enjoy that. But yeah. Dude, it is a snooze fest. I'm trying as hard as I can not to fall asleep on my couch while I'm watching this game. I'm like, I had a long work week. I work like Tuesday through Saturday, so I got this weird sort of work schedule. So Sunday's my first day off, and I'm like, I can't wait to fall asleep watching the Jets. It's like, oh God, it is absolutely brutal. Mumtaz says, Fant was expected to suck. No one thought at the time he was good. That is a black mark on Joe Douglas. Did Lamar Jackson show anything at all to be hopeful? Fant is an interesting one because there's a lot of analytical people that liked Fant. I know Joe Blewett really liked Fant. He was a big fan of how he played against, I think, both Bosa brothers, if I'm not mistaken. So we kind of expect a little bit more. A lot of the, I don't want to say regular fans, but a lot of the maybe layman fans. I definitely didn't know anything about Fant. From watching, I was like, what the hell did we just spend all this money on? I would say, yeah. Is it disappointing? Is it a black mark on Joe Douglas? I don't necessarily think so. I mean, the guy was brought in to be the competition for Edoga. And if I watched Edoga last year and saw Fant this year, I'd be like, okay, you know what? That competition at least sort of makes sense. Becton was the lock for the starter. In terms of Lamar Jackson, look, the guy's an undrafted rookie free agent. Right. You put him up against arguably the best wide receiver in the league. He gives up 9 catches, 148 yards, and a touchdown across all the players he guarded. So, did I see anything to be hopeful for? I mean, I'm not going to grade him on one game. It was disappointing, but that was an impossible assignment from the start. What were your guys' thoughts on Fant and Lamar Jackson? Matt, I'll kick it to you first.
Yeah, I thought he played pretty okay early on in the year, and he struggled a little bit more recently. And I think he's going to be up and down. My take all along was I don't think he's a long-term solution. I think he's kind of a stopgap kind of guy, and they could get out of his contract after this year with little penalty too. So maybe that's something that Joe Douglas looks to do in the offseason. As for Lamar Jackson, he had an impossible task. He had to cover probably a top, at worst, third best wide receiver in football. I would say second, some would argue first. He's a phenomenal player, DeAndre Hopkins is. And that one drive in particular, he got beat really bad, and that sticks out. But I don't think it's fair to judge him off this one game. He probably should not be a starting corner at this point in his career. So I'm not ready to abandon ship on Lamar Jackson. I think there's going to be some more development later in the season.
Green Bean, what about you? What do you think of George Fant and Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Fant, and I agree with what Matt said, he was actually a pleasant surprise the first few weeks, in my opinion. And I think, he got injured, he got that concussion, he was out a week, and he's kind of been rocky since. I wouldn't be all that upset. I certainly don't think it's a black mark. I think that, remember, we were going for Conklin. Joe Douglas didn't want to pay the big bucks, and Fant was kind of the consolation prize. We were also going for Glasgow, so we lost out on both of those guys. Thuney was franchise tagged, so we just grabbed the next guy. Probably overpaid a little bit, but it was still under what a lot of these guys were getting. It was still within Joe Douglas's strict budget. So I agree. I don't think he's really, supposed to be here long term. If he plays great, we have him for 3 years if we want to. But we've all talked about this. He can be gone this year, and it's really no skin off our back. As far as Lamar Jackson, I like Lamar Jackson. He's 6'3". He plays aggressive. He has nice hands. His problem is when you turn him around, right? You put him on an island against DeAndre Hopkins. Dude, what did we expect? You know what I mean? I think that he played, he fought, he was there on a lot of plays. The coverage was decent. Some he got burned. But it's like, dude, this was his second NFL game action ever. And he was on one of the best in the league for the most part on an island. So, I mean, he's a project. He's one of those guys we're talking about 2 to 3 years from now being able to really contribute. He's supposed to be a special teams guy. 6'3", run down, be a gunner, even, hands team, whatever. But I'd love to hear, I don't know if Sabo's still here. I'd love to see what Sabo thinks about it. I love how he breaks this stuff down. But that's my thoughts. I think Lamar Jackson is a great choice for an undrafted free agent. I mean, the fact that he's out there already is testament to how shitty this year really is.
I was gonna say, don't say about the skill, because this is clearly a lack of that to see him in there. I'm excited to see what you could get from him. I just want to see the young guys play, first and foremost. I think that's really what it is. That's what frustrates me with Hogan, with Flacco, with Gore. Like, we're just seeing guys that have no future on this team whatsoever, and it's frustrating. Like, Flacco, I'm okay with in an emergency situation. Gore, I'm okay with in an emergency situation. Hogan, same idea. But not for the lion's share of touches or reps or whatever that is. E-Rock Polk says, when do you expect Joe Douglas to speak to reporters? I don't know if he's got a set timeline, but I would say around the trade deadline. That's where we heard from him last time. I believe it was the day after the trade deadline is what we heard him on. I think it was the Michael Kay show, and it was where I think it was Adams was talking about possibly being traded, and Joe Douglas shot down certain things, almost at the same exact time. It was pretty funny. Guys, do you think the trade deadline is the next time we hear from Joe Douglas, or is there something coming up, down the pipe?
I would say either if it's not the trade deadline, then the bye week. I don't really see another point where he would talk during the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why would he? You know what I mean? Why would he? He knows the deal. He knows what's going on. Look, I'm still of the belief that he's a mastermind, mad scientist in the background pulling lots of strings. Like I told you guys, I did hear that whisper about all the baloney that he doesn't really even want any of these guys on his team, and he's doing the things necessary to get them all off the team. Now, with that, he's also still a rookie GM, so he's going to make mistakes too. That's one of the reasons I was so reluctant to really want to get rid of Mike McCagnon. I'm like, man, we watched this guy make his mistakes. Maybe he's at the point now where he's actually ready to be good. I realize the folly in that. I do. But at the same time, you can't expect Joe Douglas to come in here first time as the guy calling the shots and be brilliant. I mean, you look at his trades and all that. Dude, he's done some masterful things, man. But he's going to make mistakes. But I think that he would be stupid to talk earlier than the trade deadline. It's a bloodbath. Why wade into that pool when you don't have to? Let's see if it calms down a little bit. He's keeping Gase around. Number one, because the Jets don't fire coaches mid-season. I would imagine that's still in play. But honestly, man, who gives us our best chance to get a high draft pick than Adam Gase?
That's kind of where I'm at on this. I guess let's segue a little bit, into this. The coach for 2021, then we'll get into all the Bell stuff. So we're assuming that Gase is not going to be here for 2021. I'm praying that's the case. I mean, could you imagine any worse situation where we just bomb out the entire season and Gase gets the excuse of, well, Darnold wasn't the guy, and you can see guys being open on certain plays, and I still am the offensive genius that you wanted me, that Peyton Manning, a Hall of Fame, possibly best quarterback ever, said I was, and Chris Johnson, who's ride or die Adam Gase. Could you imagine we get him back for a 2021 season? What coach are you guys? Have you heard things? There was a comment. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can pull it up real quick. And Green Bean, you can chime in if you know it right off the bat. Okay. So Albert Breer and other NFL news outlets say keep an eye on Matt Campbell and Joe Brady as the next coaches potentially getting interviewed for the New York Jets position at the end of the year. So Joe Brady is the offensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers. He's under Matt Rule right now. He was the passing game coordinator or the offensive coordinator for the LSU Tigers last year under Joe Burrow. He was with the Saints prior to that. So his pedigree is there. That is a rock solid option. I think he's going to be a very hot coaching candidate, if not this year, next year. I like what he's doing with Teddy Bridgewater and Robbie Anderson. I would say, let's see, and Campbell. Campbell is it Iowa? Is that where he's from? Now I got to look it up real quick. Hold on, pause. He is Iowa State, yeah. So apparently we were high on Campbell the last time when we hired Gase. He actually declined our interview the prior time. So maybe that's being tied to Mike McCagnon thing. Maybe it's a I don't like Sam Darnold thing. Maybe it's I don't like the Jets thing. One of the other things that I had heard at one point, I'm probably not going to find it, is there are GMs and head coaches around the league that are apparently telling their young staff members that could be interviewed for head coaching positions not to touch the Jets, because you may only get one opportunity to find a head coaching job. And if you tie yourself to the New York Jets based on the failure of GMs, the failure of ownership, the failure of the players, and just everything else across the board with the New York Jets, if you get a guy like, say, Andy Reid telling Bieniemy, hey, don't go to the Jets. That you go there to die, or Matt Rule. Matt Rule could very much be in Joe Brady's ear, saying, hey, look, they wanted to force me to take certain coaches. That's why I didn't take that job. You do not want to go to that ownership. So now all of a sudden we lose out on a promising young guy because other people around the league know how incompetent we are. So I guess, Matt, what are your thoughts on the 2021 head coaching search? Hopefully.
That was depressing. I was getting all excited about the names you were rattling.
I'm so sorry. No, but it wasn't like they didn't pin any names to like, hey, I'm not going to tell my guys not to go there. But there was rumors of it going around the league. So whether that is a potential hit piece by whoever put it out, I don't know if it was Manish thing, but I don't know.
Who knows? Just I some of the names you mentioned, I am really intrigued by. I love Joe Brady. I think he did tremendous work at LSU, and he's doing a great job already right now with Carolina and that offense. They look tremendous. He has, Teddy Bridgewater throwing for 300 yards every week, which we can't seem to get our quarterback above 200 yards. I also like Bieniemy a lot. Arthur Smith, I think, would be a good choice. Dable. Campbell, supposedly like a Matt Rule light, so how I feel about him. So I wouldn't be opposed to that. The intriguing part to me is even if the Jets don't get the number one guy, because they never seem to do that anyway, there's about 4 or 5 candidates that I like. So maybe the 4th or 5th option wouldn't necessarily be the worst thing in the world. It's the bizarro one where they pull Adam Gase in the last minute when it seems like they're on the verge of hiring Matt Rule. That's going to drive me absolutely insane.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, remember that last head coaching search with Matt Rule, Cliff Kingsbury, Bieniemy, McCarthy, Munkin, like all these guys that were, great options. And then here's Adam Gase. Let's just pluck him out of nowhere. Green Bean, what about you? What are you thinking about the 2021 hopeful head coaching search?
Well, I like Joe Brady. That's a really interesting point that you present. The only, I'm going to tell you guys, man, the only saving grace that we have, the only hope for this era of of us turning it around in the next foreseeable future is that Joe Douglas is actually in charge. That's it. If he's in charge, we have Phil Savage. We have Rex Hogan. We have I can't remember the damn other guy's name from the Ravens. But these are very well respected men in the NFL. Okay. If they are actually in charge, then it's okay. Then we can get past that stuff. If they're not, if whoever we're getting is going to get hired is equal to Joe Douglas bullshit again, then we're not getting anybody worth their salt. We're not, man. Because they already know, even though they would technically be higher than normal, they know that structure can't work. It causes infighting. It causes backstabbing, all those kinds of things. And who would want to work in that environment? That all said, I happen to believe Joe Douglas is in charge. I think he's allowing people just to say what they want to say. He's not getting caught up in any of the baloney. The fuel that I have for that fire is the fact that Jamal Adams is not here. He was getting traded. If it was up to Chris Johnson, Jamal Adams would have gotten his $20 million in January, just like he promised Jamal Adams. Remember, that wasn't Joe Douglas. That was Jamal. That was most likely Chris Johnson. Just trying to be the cool guy, hey man, don't worry, we're going to take care of you and blah, blah. That was when Jamal went around Joe Douglas. And then, so anyway, the fact that Jamal is gone shows you that Joe Douglas has more say than maybe a Mike McCagnon or whoever. I don't believe that him and Gase are on the same level. I think Joe Douglas is just not saying otherwise. But he negotiated that contract. He got a 6-year deal. He got more than any first-time GM should rightfully get. And I guarantee that he didn't negotiate. I mean, that he added that little wrinkle of I need to actually have full control over the roster. Because if he didn't, if Chris Johnson said, no, well, I want to say Joe Douglas would say, go pound salt, man. I'm going to have 10 suitors this year. And that's why I believe that. If that is the case, we're going to be able to get anybody that we want. My opinion is that he either wants somebody from college, like a Campbell or maybe even a Fleck or somebody like that. But I think that it's Greg Roman, and that's what I want anyway. That's who I think's coming.
I like Greg Roman. That would be a great option for the Jets. It's someone who has NFL experience. I would prefer a head coach, a guy that's had his opportunity to delegate responsibility, has shown success. So guys like a Campbell, or I mean, on a bigger scale, Lincoln Riley and Urban Meyer, if he could throw silly money at them, I don't know if that's going to happen money wise. Or they may want roster control anyway, and Douglas isn't going to relinquish that. So that's where a Greg Roman, a Joe Brady, a few other of these names could really pop up. I would say Roman and Brian Daboll are the two guys that I would like from the NFL right now. Aside, I would say Joe Brady. We'll add those three names together, and those would be the guys that I'd like to kind of get in the building. I think for me, even though I saw a picture of Joe Brady, I didn't realize he was a redhead, and it's like, oh no, we can't get him. He's a day walker. I was just like, oh, he's got no soul. Oh, Matt, I love you. No, but I like what I've seen from Joe Brady across the board. I like that Greg Roman has had the success with Alex Smith, with Kaepernick, with Lamar Jackson, with Tyrod Taylor. It shows like there's versatility there and the ability to be, I don't know, a critical thinker. And I think that's something that we're just lacking because we have just had such a hard-headed coach for the last two season and a half.
Hey, what do you guys think of Bill O'Brien as strictly a head coach, not a GM? What do you think of that?
No.
No.
Why? Why
I
not?
don't. Nope. You could convince me if you wanted to say, okay, Dan Quinn's our defensive coordinator, Bill O'Brien's our offensive coordinator, and we're bringing in X, Y, and Z as the head coach. If you want to do that, fine. But you know what? I can live with that. At least like guys that aren't in charge of their organization anymore and are going back to their specialty that got them the head coaching position in the first place. I could buy into that, but no, I don't want Bill O'Brien as our head coach.
I don't know, man. I think he's done really well as a head coach down there. It's his personnel decisions. That's the problem with him.
I guess that's fair. The Hopkins one has really been the biggest baffle.
Right. He shouldn't have been allowed to do that shit. You know what I mean?
You figure that's got to pass by the owner at some point. You could just be like, oh yeah, no, we're trading Hopkins for a broken David Johnson.
Yeah,
because that makes sense.
And then
could you imagine how good this team could potentially be if Joe Douglas somehow figured out that they wanted a washed up star running back and we could have traded him over there. We could have shipped Bell off to friggin' Houston and then we could have had Hopkins. That could have been our future.
Would anybody have questioned that if we traded Bell straight up for, or even Bell and a pick for Hopkins? Nobody.
No one would have questioned it. And that is the perfect jumping off point for the big topic of the day. And we'll talk about Le'Veon Bell. We're going to talk about potentially trading him, potential suitors. What could we get in return? Chat, I want you guys to talk to us. Let us know. What teams do you think are most likely to trade for Le'Veon Bell? Now, as a little bit of a... hold on, let me see if I can find it. Talking about teams that potentially wanted to bring Bell. Hold on, where is it? I'll find this. Maybe I won't find it that fast. Okay, so teams that could bring Le'Veon Bell into their roster. Green Bean, I'll throw it to you first. Who are you looking at?
You're muted.
You're muted. Can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Well, that's good because I didn't hear you either. What was it? I was gone.
What teams do you think could trade for Le'Veon Bell?
That's the difficult part. I mean, I don't know. I think maybe like the Rams, maybe. The Steelers, maybe again. They just, who knows? I don't know. That's the problem I have. I don't really know. I mean, I think that he has value. I mean, anybody can look at this and see he's not getting used right. I mean, it's not even a question. He's not being utilized properly. So, I mean, he's showing some burst. He's showing some slipperiness. He's showing great hands when we do throw him the ball. So I think he has value, but I just don't know. I think as the season progresses, the teams that are looking like they'll be really staying in the hunt, that'll start to show itself. I don't know, man.
Matt, what about you? Any names that kind of jump out at you in terms of trade partners?
Um, I think the Eagles. One, the Joe Douglas connection, and on top of that, I feel like while they've had a pretty rough start to their season, they still are, in the mix in that division. And with Dak Prescott going down, maybe they want a little bit of a spark for that offense. And are willing to give up a 5th-round pick or whatever you think it's going to be to get Le'Veon Bell. That'd be my choice.
So that's an interesting one. It's one that I had brought up in the Jet forms, by the way. But let me see if I could pull up over the cap. So just so we have a little bit of a baseline with what we are looking at in terms of window. We're going salary cap space. Okay. Done. All right. I apologize. This is a big old window that I'm trying to shrink down right now. Okay, so salary cap wise, Le'Veon Bell, if you're trading for Le'Veon Bell, you are going to incur about a $6 million cap hit for the remainder of this season. So when you're talking about teams and their cap space for the rest of this year, guys, I apologize, you're not going to see this, but the guys watching it are. If you want to look at the YouTube thing, it should pop up there. So you need at least $6 million to be bringing in Le'Veon Bell. So teams that would be, I guess, in playoff contention, teams that I'm looking at. The Browns strike me as an interesting one because Chubb's out right now. They do have Kareem Hunt, so maybe not the biggest pressing need. I don't think the Cowboys are an option. I don't think Washington's an option. The Patriots, but I don't think we're going to trade them in division. I mean, if they were the highest bidder, I don't think we'd really shy away from it. The Eagles are definitely an option. I think with the way their cap situation looks next year, I think this could be an all-in type season. Just try to see what you can get with winning that division. It's so up in the air right now. The Steelers are a big one for me because Big Ben's going into potentially the last year of his career. They have a ton of money that they are over in salary cap next season. So they have $9 million left this year. Would they spend $6 million of it just to give it one last push with Big Ben? They know Le'Veon Bell already. Apparently last year at the deadline, let's see, where do I get rid of this? Bam. Apparently last year at the deadline, the teams that were interested in trading for Le'Veon Bell, Houston, the Packers, the Chiefs, and the Steelers. So the Steelers and the Chiefs are the two that kind of strike me as the most likely. The Packers are interesting. I don't think Houston's involved with this just because they got David Johnson. So it seems like they're kind of not in that realm. It's got to be contender. That's really what it's got to be.
Yeah.
So for me, I think Steelers and Eagles are the two. I mean, maybe you could say the Browns because they dealt with him a bunch when he was on the Steelers. So maybe they're looking at that. I had said maybe the Ravens because they have a crap ton of cap space next year. And they don't need it. They have a stable of running backs right now. But if they're really trying to go all in, what's the harm in adding $6 million worth of one of the best weapons the league has ever seen? But then it begs the question, okay, is Le'Veon Bell trending down? Is he not the player he once was? Or is it going to be the Adam Gase effect where you have, okay, Tannehill's looking better, Drake's looking better, Landry and Parker and I don't know if I said Tannehill, and Robbie Anderson, and all these guys, could they potentially be flaws with Adam Gase as opposed to flaws with the player? Bell's only 28 years old. Matt, your thoughts?
Yeah, it's really tough. I think some of the ones that you mentioned do make sense, especially the Steelers. I don't know, from a player personnel perspective, I think that makes sense. I don't know with the whole issues that they had in the past, if that would be salvageable from his perspective. Mm-hmm. It's tough. It's not really, a running back is in a good position to try to trade, especially mid-season. So I really don't know if there's going to be a ton of suitors out there, and that's why I'm not expecting all that much in return. Even though he is a good player, you can get by with other pieces. at least with like the Eagles, I know they have Miles Sanders, but they also don't have a great wide receiving core. So you could do creative things with Le'Veon Bell or use two backs on the field at the same time. Wild thought, I know. They just never seem to do that for some reason. Why they didn't do that last year still really bugs me with Ty Montgomery and Bilal Powell too, but that's in the past now, I guess. It's, to me, my biggest issue with this whole situation is I still don't think this was a bad signing from the Jets. I just think they have used him awfully over the last year and a half. And to me, that's more on the coach than it is the general manager who signed him.
Green Bean, your thoughts on some of the stuff I rattled off, as well as Matt's thoughts just now.
Yeah, I think I don't think Le'Veon Bell is done. Now, he may not be, exactly what he was a few years ago, but dude, the guy, every time you throw him the ball, he catches it. He still shows the ability to make the first guy miss. He still shows the ability to fall forward. What's up? What do you got there, Ryan?
Holy smokes. General Manager Joe Douglas, after having conversations with Le'Veon Bell and his agent and exploring potential trade options over the past couple days, we have made the decision to release Le'Veon Bell. The Jets organization appreciates Le'Veon's efforts during his time here, and we know he worked hard to make significant contributions to this team. We believe this decision is in the best interests of both parties and wish him future success. General Manager Joe Douglas. That was released 1 minute ago on Jets Twitter. Whew! You heard it here first. Holy smokes. Dude. All right, so let's change the topic on the screen because it's clearly not trading Bell. It is Bell has been released. Why?
I don't understand this stuff.
This feels to me like we did not have any potential trade partners because if we could have gotten a seventh. I don't know. If we could have gotten a 7th round pick, do you think that we pull the trigger, or do you think this is more of Joe Douglas looking at Le'Veon Bell? Look, you've been like all that was advertised from a leadership perspective, and maybe getting a 6th or 7th round pick. Maybe it's just in our benefit to release him, let him sign wherever he wants to sign. Now, what does this look like for the Jets in terms of salary cap implications? Now I got to pull this up. Let's see. Cut post June 1st. I guess we don't eat that much. I mean, we're going to eat the rest of the money this year. It's basically a lost cause. I guess that just means we have Pirine start playing a lot more than you think it's just going to be Gore? Gore. God.
There was a
damn it.
There was a $2.5 million roster bonus due on Thursday.
$2.5 million roster bonus.
Yep, they had him. They opted not to pay him another $2.5 million. And
jeez, God, that is rough. Man, I'm going through like the chat on Jet Nation. That's where I saw it. I saw it pop up. I was like, holy smokes, that is not what I was expecting. Man, we stink. Let's just call a spade a spade. We get rid of our best player on the team for nothing. Literally, just let it go. There is nothing left right now. You could say, okay, we're definitely not tanking. Oh no, we are bottom out. Just pull the plug out of the bottom of the boat and just watch us sink. God, I don't know.
Right, I can't even believe it. I thought we would get like a 3rd and a 6th. So
I'm genuinely surprised that we got nothing for him. I thought we could have gotten something at all, anything at all.
I don't get it.
God, I mean, it's not overly shocking that Bell's gone. We all expected him to be gone at the end of the season anyway, because the way we're using him, the way his contract was structured, the structure was always going to be a 2-year deal. It was a 4-year contract, but it was a 2-year deal. Man. Matt, thoughts? Talk to me, Matt.
You'll be up late, I guess, recording videos.
Oh, God damn it.
I don't know. There's really no words to describe the ineptitude of this franchise. They time and time again continue to outdo themselves. I really is the relationship that bad between Gase and Bell? Like, we're really getting to the point where we are willing to just release Le'Veon Bell rather than removing the imbecile that's the head coach. I don't know. I really don't have any words. This is upsetting.
It is upsetting.
Yeah,
I agree.
for me, it's definitely one of those things where you're like, hey, Gase is here through the end of the year. There's clearly not a working relationship between Gase and Bell at this point. Something's been fractured. I think it's been fractured since last year anyway. But Elijah says Jets release Le'Veon. Glad you are tuned in and paying attention. Yeah, look, it sucks because this move tells me that Gase is not getting fired in season, like 100%. Like, you would have wanted to at least seen maybe Bell play with another offensive coordinator under some different types of plays. But no, you see this whole, I don't know. It feels like we're stuck with Gase through the end of the year, and it sucks. I feel bad for us. I feel good for Le'Veon Bell. Like, hopefully he could sign with like a good team, and I want to see him do well. Like, I still agree with the signing of Le'Veon Bell last offseason. Like, that was, or 2 off seasons ago, I guess. I think that move to try and help your young quarterback get a weapon in the building, and an elite weapon at that. We're going to get to see now just how good Bell is, because he will have his pick of teams. He could go to the Colts if he wants to go there. He could go to any good offensive line team. I don't know.
No, it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm trying to piece this together with that horseshit statement I said 15 minutes ago about a mastermind GM that we have. I don't get it. For $2.5 million, it just, I don't understand. Does that $2.5 million have cap implications?
I mean, if it's not guaranteed, I don't know, because his guaranteed contract for the year was $13 million. I think the Jets have to pay him out everything. I mean, it's a per game roster bonus of $500,000. So I guess $500,000 times however many games we have left. Maybe that's like, or game wrong. I don't even know. Maybe I'm even reading this contract thing wrong. But he had 13. I feel like the Jets have to eat all his salary for this year. I don't think, and then we're going to get hit with a $4 million dead cap hit. Although I guess it's this year as opposed to next year, which I don't know if that really makes a difference either way. It makes no sense to me why you wouldn't at least hold on to Bell for the year, and if you wanted to save his cap hit, designate him a post-June 1st cut, and then all of a sudden you have $2 million in 1 year, $2 million in the next year. I don't know. This is frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, where do you think he's going? Because he'll be hired in 24 hours.
Yeah, I think he's got to clear waivers, right? Because I think if he doesn't clear waivers, then they're just taking on the contract he already has, which, I mean, who knows? Maybe a team is willing to take on $6 million for 1 year. There's a lot of angry Jets fans.
Yeah, look at
Jet
Matt
Nation
Dog.
right now.
Matt Dog 10 said it the best.
He's
I hate being a Jets fan. I hate it.
Oh, God. Just
this
like
is
rolling
worse
down.
than Kotite. It's worse. Like, the layers of ineptitude, like Matt just said, I can't even comprehend why you, like, okay, so you're not going to fire Gates, but it's like, we're just going to let him destroy. Now, the only thing I can think of is like, Douglas, like, I was not going to keep this guy next year, but he's been a good dude. Why not just let him go? Gates sucks. He's not going to use him. Like, you know what I mean? Why ruin his career? I don't know.
So Spot Track came out and tweeted, Le'Veon Bell's release leaves behind $15 million of dead cap in 2021, which is what we would have had anyway. That was his cap hit. And then another $4 million in 2021, 2020 for this year, and then $4 million in 2021. So that's the $2 million. He signed an $8 million signing bonus when he was signed with the Jets. So that gets spread across all the years evenly. 2 years left in his contract, $2 million each year, all accelerates to 2021. Bell earned $28 million across 18 games played for the New York Jets.
Good stuff.
Sounds like a lot like Mosley, but not 18 games. It's, 17 and a quarter games less and earn that much money. God, we suck.
John Perez says he's signing with the Patriots, confirmed by Manish.
Manish is garbage. Le'Veon Bell put little prayer sign up on his Twitter, little praying hands. I don't blame the guy for wanting to get out of here. That's really what it is.
I wouldn't want to leave, dude.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want
Joe
to
S
leave?
says Joe Douglas is a puppet. I don't necessarily believe that. I think if I'm trying to wrap this up in the nicest way possible and best case scenario for the Jets, I'm saying, okay, we were going to cut Bell at the end of the year anyway. So him not being on the team basically removes one playmaker from our team, which gives us a higher likelihood of getting the number 1 overall pick, which gives us a higher likelihood of the Jets attracting a better head coach. The other side of that, the Jets releasing Bell probably helps us in the maybe players across the league kind of feel like, hey, look, this management team, maybe they could have sent him to a team for a 7th round pick and Bell would have hated it. Maybe they're releasing him out of respect. I have no idea. I'm trying to spin this the best way I can. But man, this is a whole lot of very confused Ryan right now.
Yeah.
I feel like we might want to go to the phones and get some people's opinions on this. Let me see where my little phone number thingy is. It's somewhere on here. I'm going to have to change this because I don't know where it's going to pop up. I think it's going to pop up. Yep, right there. Okay, so let's put the phone number on the screen. Remember, guys, you're going to have to keep your questions short or your comments short. I'll let you rant a little bit, but Matt and Green Bean are not going to be able to hear you. So, bam, phone lines are open. If you want to give us a little bit of your thoughts, again, keep it short because these guys won't be able to hear you. Man, a lot of people upset. A lot of people upset in the chat. All right, first caller on the line.
Panda.
Dan to Panda, brother, how you doing tonight?
Hey, how are you guys doing? I'm watching the show, and I'm just shocked right now.
Dude, I'm like completely floored. I did not expect us to release Bell.
I mean, are they doing this to help, say, like get him out of here because it's better for Bell? I don't know what's going on.
That's literally my only thought is like, hey, maybe they're trying to give Bell a little nod of like, hey, you deserve better than what we're doing. I don't know. I cannot make this stuff up. I cannot come up with any positive spin for this.
I'm speechless.
All right, brother.
You know what it is? You know what it is? On Sundays I usually get, even though we are bad, I get excited to watch the game. Ever since last week, it's just been like, who cares about the game anymore? It's horrible.
Yeah, look, I'll be honest. I go back. I come out as a Jets fan, and I come out on a Sunday, and I'm real excited to sit on my couch and miss all the other good games that are on, and just watch this team just flounder around. Dan to Panda, thank you so much for calling in. I'll try and get some other people's opinions on this. Yeah, I don't even know why I opened the phone lines. It's just gonna be people being like, "Oh, what the heck," and you guys won't be able to hear it. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. That's honestly where I'm at this point.
It's depressing.
Glenn C says I can hear the Patriots fans laughing. You know what? That's what we'll do. Let's go through the chat. We'll go through the chat and we'll hear you guys and what you guys are talking about in there, so that we can kind of spitball back and forth. The league knows the Jets have no ground to stand on. Says no censorship.
No ground.
So far, Joe Douglas gets an F at his job. I can't give Joe Douglas an F yet. I just can't.
Nope.
Man. Tax write-off is correct, says Ed Stewart. I'm a Pats fan and shocked. Sorry for y'all. Oh, thank you.
We don't need your
Dylan says Bell might go to the Chiefs. I think that's possible for sure. This team is a walking insult. We didn't deserve him, says Jordan. Trevor Lawrence, pick T-Law, pick from Seattle, build up from the nuke zone. Oh, God. Can you give Chris Johnson an F? Yeah, I can give Chris Johnson an F. That's fine. I don't mind that. Boogie Down Bronx just said, hey, Ryan, Bell got released. Hey, Boogie Down Bronx,
What?
read the damn screen. Read the damn screen. Oh, Green Bean, you look like you just stuck your finger in an electric outlet.
This is my Bell just got released look.
Oh, God.
That's right. Green Bean's hair.
Green Bean's hair. Green Bean's hair wins the day. I love it.
Right on, man.
Are the Jets organizing a jersey buyback program? Man, you would think after losing Bell and after losing Adams, they'd just be like, yeah, you know what? We'll swap it out for something else. I'll tell you what. If I'm getting another Jet jersey, it might have to be I don't want to say a retro one, but I might have to get a Mangold jersey and just stop putting money into some of these players I get so high on in one offseason.
Everybody should stop. Every single Jets fan should not buy a single shred, not a sticker of Jets anything, so they feel it. Fucking flying banners and all that sort of stuff. Don't put any more money into this, man. Just tell them how we feel by not buying a damn thing from them. That's what we should do. That's the only thing they care about.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to hurt any company, it's don't buy their merchandise. Don't do anything that helps them and their bottom line. That said, if you want a Just End the Suffering t-shirt, they're for sale in the link in the description down below. Oh, man.
Ryan or Matt. Dude, come on.
Yeah, if you're upset, we got 486 people in this chat right now.
Right,
we got 84 likes. If we can get over 200 likes, or for every 100 likes we get, we'll give away a shirt. I'm going to give away a Just End the Suffering shirt for each 100 likes that we get. So who knows? If we get a whole bunch of them, we're over 100 right now. So that's solid. All right. So let's do this. I'm going to do this on Flick. I'll add a poll question up on there. And that's where you guys are going to go to get in on this. Poll. What should the poll question be?
Should the Jets release Le'Veon Bell?
Should the Jets have released?
Yeah. What do you think we should do? Release him? Anybody think
should grade the Jets releasing of Le'Veon Bell?
Yeah. Dude,
that's what I'll do. Grade.
Dude, how bad of a communicator is Adam Gase? Really, he did this in Miami. All those players, he got rid of them because he couldn't work with them. They go elsewhere and they do well. The guys that he kept and they floundered and sucked, they moved on. After him, they're doing well. Devontae Parker, Tannehill, those guys stayed and they sucked with him. Dude, he has dismantled this entire team. And it's
brutal.
It's brutal, dude. He's the most inspiring person I've ever seen. Ever.
It's terrible. Guys, if you look in the chat down below, there is a link to the Flick chat. Click on Flick and just give us your grade for the Jets releasing Le'Veon Bell. The poll is up over there. Anyone who enters over there, I'm going to raffle off a shirt for you guys. So get your little your poll vote in there. We got 177 likes right now, so we're almost up to a second shirt. So let's see.
Hey,
I think I can do this. Let me see if I can. There was a code for someone in the chat. Let's see if we could do this. This is me trying to figure things out on the fly.
Wait, Will Kohler just wrote some big news, dude.
Yeah? What's it say?
Just released Bell.
Oh, no. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
Good. Thanks, Will.
Will's on top of his game right now. I'm very, very proud of him. Everything he's got going on. Oh, all right, cool. You guys are voting over there. Where is it? I can pick a winner, I think, actually, through here. Giveaways. Nope. Commands. That's what I'm looking for. All right, winner. So let's do this. Jordan says, at this point, I honestly don't know if a new head coach or a new coach will be able to help this franchise. we've tried this whole thing, this whole was it dog and pony show or horse and pony show? what's the term? Yeah, look, we need a new head coach. We need a new everything. We need to get rid of all the BS on this roster. You just get rid of anyone who's associated with Adam Gase. I don't know. Do you think even a new head coach can help this franchise, Matt?
Maybe. I think really the biggest. Sorry, Gase sucks. Gase sucks. But the owners also suck too. Yes, it could help save. I don't know. I really think ownership is very high up there because they're an enabler.
Yeah, I think that's a problem for sure. Green Bean, can anything help the Jets? Head coach specifically.
The only thing that's going to help the New York Jets is if we stop buying their shit. I'm telling you, that's the only solution I have. Everyone who can hear this, stop buying Jet stuff all at once. Let them feel it. That over the minute they did this was the final straw. We're done with this horse shit. And they made $0 from this point on. They would snap out of it. I'm telling you. That's the only thing. And yes, a head coach is needed. We need one.
Dude, it's brutal. This whole friggin' team. There's just the Browns have been the factory of sadness, and it's easily the Jets who are the factory of sadness right now. Most recently, James Carney says Trevor Lawrence literally looks like Jesus. He's our savior. God, I really hope we get Trevor Lawrence. I'm gonna be so upset if like the Giants wind up losing to the friggin' Washington football team twice, and we both go 0-16 and we get the second pick. That would be so Jets. It really would. Or we get investigated for some type of tampering or some type of COVID protocols go astray and the Jets lose a first-round pick and now all of a sudden we don't have the number 1 overall pick. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Something stupid like that. Ryan Schwinger says, whole organization needs to be dumped in the Atlantic and become a folktale, just like Atlantis, and become a story of the team that sucked so bad they just dumped the entire organization in the middle of the ocean.
They don't deserve the Atlantic. Put them in the Hudson, Miami Hudson.
That's really what it is. Yeah, they don't deserve the Atlantic. They gotta go into like, God, the dirtiest, grossest part of the Hudson and just wear some concrete cinder block shoes. Mitt Flair says, how are you guys feeling about JD after this? JD to me is here to build a winner, but he has to get rid of the old headaches first. And I'm not saying that Bell's an old headache, but his contract is a headache. Mosley's contract is a headache, and we're not getting out of the Mosley deal anytime soon. I think Sam Darnold, at this particular point in time, given the structure of his contract coming up, may be seen as a headache, which is why you could get rid of the Adam Gase headache with the new head coach, with the new quarterback at number 1. You have all the draft assets. Maybe this is how you go about it. Dude, I don't know.
Look, it has to be that Bell went to Douglas and they had a conversation and he did him a solid just like he did for Brian Winters. It's the same kind of thing. It's just like, hey, dude, I get it. You know what I mean? It has to be something like that. And then in addition to so if I'm not going to keep him, why pay the extra $2.5 million? And let me just get this guy on a team. Nobody's going to trade because of all the money or whatever, because of the contract. But I still got to let him go because Adam's a piece of dog shit.
So does he still get paid? That's the thing that I don't get, because like his guaranteed part of his contract, like I feel like the Jets still have to pay that. Like I don't know if it's maybe it's just cap wise. It's not like actual like contract. What I don't know.
Yeah, well, maybe this was a bonus. This was in addition to the guaranteed money. So they're already paying him $15 million or whatever it is, and this was that, that clause. It was an additional 2.5 on Thursday, so they had to get it done before Thursday, 2 days. I just can't believe the Seattle Seahawks didn't pay for him.
Yeah, I feel like they could have thrown anything at that.
Bring him over.
Mike Parlato says, "We suck. No coach or player can save this BS. Release Sam and save the poor guy." Oh no. Man,
Save no
God,
one.
we stink. We stink so bad. It's brutal. It's so brutal. Mumtaz says JD serious about that number 1 pick means Sam is gone. This is 110% absolutely what it means. It means we're not even going to consider what Sam's going to do. Actually, I'll bring something up that I saw earlier on the Jets forum, and let me see if I could find it real quick now that I'm clicking around everywhere. There is it's not just holy smokes, 25 minutes. There's 6 pages of thread on Le'Veon Bell on Jet Nation with Green Bean.
Yeah, I saw that.
This is like 40 comments a page or something crazy like that. Where is it? Joe Douglas. God, I'm not gonna find it. now. God damn it. Oh yeah. So apparently, it's not. There's a tweet from Kristen Dyer of Sports Illustrated that said the process for Darnold to return to the field is more than simply a discussion between Gase, the medical staff, and the play. General manager Joe Douglas is involved, which seems somewhat obvious, but Gase said the Jets owner Christopher Johnson and team president Jaime I don't know how to pronounce that last name. Elhai will all be in on the decision. So it's not even necessarily just a Joe Douglas decision or just an Adam Gase decision. It sounds like this is like ownership as well for getting Darnold back out onto the field.
What?
This is
What do you mean?
yeah. Got me. It was just like some random thing that I saw fly across the internet.
What? Who? Christian Dyer said that?
Kristen Dyer, yeah, of Sports Illustrated. God, I don't know. I just don't know. Joe S. says this move proves Gase isn't going anywhere. Oh my God, Gase isn't going anywhere till the end of the season. I'd be so frustrated if we friggin' kept Gase next year.
They can't, right?
They can't. You can't do it. You just can't. All right, so we got 200 likes. There's 632 people in this chat right now. If you guys want your shot to win a Just End the Suffering t-shirt, or if you want to get it for one of your if you're not a Jet fan, you want to get it for one of your buddies, all you have to do is click on the Flick chat down below in the description and answer the poll question, grade the Jets releasing Le'Veon Bell. There's no right answer, but just grade it. And then I'll raffle those off. For every 100 likes we get, I'm going to give away a shirt. We're up to 200, so we got 2 shirts getting given away at some point tonight. Jordan Ivy says, I think this move shows Gase is staying, honestly. I think it's showing he's staying till the end of the season. I don't know if this means he is staying beyond this year, because Gore was going to be gone regardless. Thomas says, if Frank Gore is still going to get carries on 2nd and 10 in the 4th quarter, down by 31, I'm driving my goddamn car into the Hackensack River, #PRine. Theo says, this is the worst Jets season I've ever seen. Wasn't around for the Kotite days. I'm only 20. Been watching football since 2008. Trade everyone with value and clean house. Just end the suffering. Ugh. That was a good comment, by the way. Theo, I couldn't have said it better myself. Now I'm 30. Going to be 31 in just under a month. And, yeah, this is a brutal season. I sat through the 1 in 15 years, but I didn't really have a full grasp over what I was actually watching. I just knew we were sad every time we left a home game for the Jets. Ugh. Oh, JB's upset. He said, let's talk Jets radio. Don't require you to pay to respond to comments. No, we just respond to the comments that pop up. Oh, that's all right. JB, I'm sorry. I'd give you a hug, but I can't because COVID.
Stop buying
Mosey says this team has AIDS. Ugh.
Oh my God! Stop buying Jet stuff, everybody. I'm telling you, it's the way.
What did NY Sports MC say? I saw you comment that.
He's just said. Well, he was like kind of saying, "What happened to poor Green Bean?"
Oh, poor Green Bean. Poor Green Bean. Ugh. Take more of my money. I'm depressed, says Mike. I apologize. All right, I'm gonna raffle off one of these shirts right now. So if I call your name, make sure you reach out to me and get me your information. You got to do it through Flick Chat because that's where I'm pulling the name from. I want to make sure I get the right person. All right, so the first person that's getting a shirt is going to be Roman. Roman, reach out to me on Flick, send me a private message, and I will get your shipping information. We'll get that out to you. In about 5 minutes, we'll give away another shirt. So if you guys want to get a shirt for either yourself or for a friend, make sure you like the Flick Chat down below in the description, and then you vote on the poll, and I will raffle that off for every 100 likes we get on this video. So we're up to 247. We're almost up. We're at like 2.5 shirts. I'll give away an extra small as a shirt and an extra large. That's how we'll do it. God. Look at these guys. Gase is a clown. Ryan, our owners are the Magic Johnsons. Who's picking up Bell now? Says William. Ugh. Haley, the Flick Chat's down in the description. It's the third link down. I think it's third link. I could be wrong. Damn. So Le'Veon Bell released. What do we expect to see? Like, he was our best receiver. I don't even know what to do. I feel bad because I'm just like ranting and rambling right now. It's so not a good show.
You saw that Gase said he was trying to get Bell the ball. It just I can't figure it out.
Oh yeah, covering safeties and stuff, right?
I can't figure it out. I just can't. What am I supposed to do with this guy? Well, I don't know. Maybe fucking hand it to him. Maybe put the ball in his hands. Maybe throw it to him. He catches it. Jeff Smith had 11 targets. Le'Veon Bell had 1. That's the problem.
It just doesn't make sense to me. I love everyone. Green Bean's hair is how Jet fans feel. That's just
yeah. Like,
that's too accurate.
The question is, why does it stay up? That's the problem.
I've seen something about Polly, or is it something about Polly? I think that's what that is. Is that the show with the? No, maybe not. I'm not going to say it.
No, that's not it. No, that's something about Mary.
Mary, that's the there it is. Why did I say Polly?
Polly's that movie with the bird.
Bird. That's the bird in the basement or whatever. God damn, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I was like, what? I don't understand.
Throwback, Jesus. Oh my God, Steven Angle says Tommy Boy. That's what you should be for Halloween.
Oh
yeah,
you look like Chris Farley right now. Here comes the meat wagon. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Green Bean is the next Gene Simmons.
I am Gene Simmons, buddy. That's my idol.
Says #shoot Gase. That's not very nice. Get Wrecked says, which topic on Flick Chat? All you got to do is grade the Jets releasing Bell. All you got to do is vote on that and give away another shirt. We're at 264 likes. You guys can get likes up here. We got Green Bean, the tank engine, puffing away. Braden says, I need to send you a photo, Green Bean. I've got the same hair going on, too. Braden, you should send it to Green Bean's Instagram.
Right, Green Bean the Jets fan. Go ahead, send it over there. I'll look at it right now.
Green Bean the Jets
I just messaged the Jets organization.
What'd you say? I gotta know. Spoiler alert. Come on.
I just said you guys need to know how angry we are as a fan base. You're a complete embarrassment. I said, please make sure ownership knows. We're not fucking happy.
Hey, well, for what it's worth, we had more people watching our draft stream than the Jets' actual draft stream. So there's that. Maybe some people are watching over in Jetsland. Maybe they could get us some inside knowledge.
Right, man.
I don't know.
Just come on. We're obviously the dudes in the center of this thing. Come on. Let's
Clearly.
go. Let's go. They should be asking us, in my opinion, man. What should we do?
Hey, what should we do with Le'Veon Bell? I'd say, hey, we got to trade him for a first-round pick. And Joe Douglas would be like, you know what? You're right. That makes a lot more sense than anything we were going to do.
Exactly. I would say just get Adam Gase out of here. Will you please just get him out of my face? Yes. What is this guy still doing here?
Dylan says, "What's the difference between the Jets organization and a pen?" Oh, a pen has a point.
Ooh.
Zing! Oh God, we're so bad. Iceman says Clemson 100, Jets 0. Yeah, we might be the New York Clemson fucking football team next year. Or the Clemson Jets. You could see the Jets get fucking Sweeney and Lawrence and Etienne. God. Jimmer says, "Want to trade Bell? No, just let him go." Dark Demonic says, "I was watching the game before the news broke." Yeah, we broke it right on here. 1 minute into the news breaking, we were all flabbergasted. So if you want to see that, just look back like a half hour. And us just being confused. Bruce says, "Bro, this kind of shit is absolutely nauseating." Yeah. Yeah. That's about it. God damn it. Jets says, "Stop buying merch. Don't go to games until this franchise is heading in the right direction. The Johnsons don't deserve our money." That's exactly what Green Bean's been saying.
That's
exactly.
Right. I'm going to say nothing except that in every video I make from now on. It's just going to be the same thing over and over. Stop buying Jets merchandise.
Adam Gase needs to meet the Moon Door tomorrow for all you Game of Thrones fans.
Door. That's right.
Let's see him fly.
So good. You guys should collab with Let's Talk Jets Radio and Jets Central. You guys should be the future Jets front office. I like that. We have invited Jets Central on this panel before. He has not taken us up on the invite. Let's Talk Jets Radio. I'd love to have them on. They do a show on Tuesdays as well, so I think it might conflict with this particular show, but I'd love to have them on. So I'm all about it. Protest tomorrow. Ooh, yeah, there might be rioting outside the Jets Florham Park facility. They had what was it? The Fire Adam Gase. I don't want to call it a riot, but the guys with the signs. There's like 5 of them or 6 of them out front of the the building. Ugh. I don't know. Top 3 landing spots for Bell, says Trickiest. So off the top of my head, best landing spots for Bell. I'm going to say the Patriots are going to be a big one. I think the Chiefs, it's going to be all those top elite teams. That's where he's going to go. He's going to be willing to take virtually no money to play for a contender. I don't think you have to worry about cap hit at this point anymore. I think he would take the league minimum to play for a team that could win a Super Bowl.
Right. Because he's already making 15 mil.
Yeah. Jordan says, "The way I look at it now, we're forced to build through the draft because no free agent is coming here willingly." Yeah, I mean, that's really what it is. That's what we wanted Joe Douglas to come in here for, and to really just come out and draft well. And it's sad because you want to get excited for free agency, but man, I do not see a way that the Jets are going to lure free agents into this team.
No, it has to be with the coach. So, like, hypothetically, we fire Gase, we hire Greg Roman, he goes out and gets an impressive defensive coordinator, great offensive, that kind of stuff. And then it's like, we have the number 1 overall pick, you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. It's like, okay, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
New organization. Joe Douglas comes out and says, "Guys, I told you, just give me a second. We're building something here. You think I was going to keep Gase and Bell and Jamal Adams around? You know what I mean?"
Yeah, I hear you. All right, I'm going to pick out another name. You guys give me a number 1 through 20.
13.
Green Bean, give me a number.
6.
All right, so we got 19. All right, winner of the next shirt is going to be LFGM. Let's fucking go. No. All right, yeah, LFGM. Reach out to me on Flick Chat. Send me a private message. I'll get you your information. All right, we got 20 more likes before I give out another shirt. So if you want to Just End the Suffering shirt, make sure you hit a like on this video, and you'll get yourself entered to win a shirt. And you got to go down to the Flick Chat. If you go down to the Flick Chat and you vote on the that little poll question there, grade the Jets releasing Bell. Just so you guys know, if you want to know the numbers, 64% of Jets Nation says it's an F. 16% say D, 12% say C, and I would have to imagine it's 2 votes because it's 4% each for A and B. That's brutal.
Do people say it's an A?
One person said it was an A. I mean, I guess it's an A because you probably were okay with him leaving anyway. Scotty says Bell to Seattle guaranteed. Yeah. Look, Seattle's a good friggin' team. What are we looking at in terms of cap space for Seattle right now?
So let me ask.
They got 3.8 million, so he's got to go for the minimum.
Right. If Bell, what do you legitimately think his numbers will be, like rushing, catching, like if he goes to like the Chiefs, Pats, Hawks, any of those teams, do you think Bell is toast, or do you think he looks like Bell?
I think he looks like a top 10 running back.
Yeah, I think he's going to look good. This is probably great for fantasy owners that own Le'Veon Bell right now. That's the only upside for for any Jet fan that was like, oh, I'm going to take our best weapon in the draft. Oh, now he might actually look okay. Mumtaz says, I think we are also at fault for overvaluing the trend of last season. We played atrocious teams. If Gase stays, what do we do? Can't even watch games. I would be livid, absolutely livid, if we decided to hold on to Adam Gase for a year 3. I do think 100% last year's record 7-9 was all just BS, 100%, because the last 2 games of the season alone, you're facing the Steelers' third-string quarterback and you're facing the backups for the Bills because they already locked up a playoff spot. So realistically, if those 2 teams are trying, that's going to be the Jets' best shot at winning a game this year, is going to be the Patriots resting their players, or one of these teams at the very end of our schedule resting players and the Jets playing backups and accidentally getting a win and forcing us out of the number 1 overall pick. That's what's going to happen. Dylan says Gary V buys the team, fire Gase, hire Lincoln Riley, Bieniemy as OC, Roman as DC. This would be a dream scenario, but we're the fucking Jets, so there's no way. Well, with Greg Roman being the offensive coordinator, I don't know if he'll be a defensive coordinator, and Bieniemy being an offensive coordinator, I don't think he wants to leave the Chiefs to come here, but I like the enthusiasm. Gary V and Lincoln Riley, sign me up. Oh, man. The NY Jets 15 says, I am sick over this team. They took my heart this season, but Joe didn't sign Bell. Sad to see him go, but we will need a full rebuild. Hashtag fire Gase, please. Yeah, look, I think that's where a lot of us sort of fall. It's like if there was any sort of excitement at all for watching any game this season, it was seeing guys like Sam Darnold, like Mekhi Becton, like Le'Veon Bell out on the the field. But we're not even getting that. And basically what we were seeing from Le'Veon Bell and the way Adam Gase was calling plays, we weren't actually seeing Le'Veon Bell anyway. No. So maybe there's a little bit of like, it's so miserable that I just feel like, oh, if we're this bad, just pour it on. Just let it. I want to be as terrible as possible. I want to make sure we end up with this first pick. Redshirt Mims. Just don't even play Perriman. Have Flacco throw the ball 50 yards backwards. Whatever you got to do to get that first pick. Man, we suck. Sam Darnold's got to be fuming right now.
Yeah. I don't think Sam Darnold even cares. He's just like, all right, man, well, we'll just go out there and play football. He's a mellow California guy.
He's a mellow California guy, but there's got to be some part in him that's just got to be losing his goddamn mind over all this stupid stuff. Ugh.
Yeah, it's so bad.
NY Sports MC says, Ryan, going into the year, did you think Bell would be here next year? If not, is it a big deal we are horrible this year. No, it's really not a big deal because I said when we signed him initially it was a 2-year deal. He was definitely going to be gone after this season, especially after how we saw him used last year. So it's not shocking at all. It's shocking that we just released him. That's the biggest thing. Like you have, this is the ultimate we're not trying this season move, because you're saying you're keeping Gase because Gase is the reason why we can't figure out how to use Le'Veon Bell. And then you're also saying, hey, I understand he's a good weapon. Or maybe he's not a good weapon. Maybe they just decided, hey, he's bad. Like, that's possible too.
He can't be bad. You see his abs?
Dude, he's ripped. He's in the best shape of his life.
He's always
from what I've
wearing
heard.
a Hemp shirt, too,
Through
just
tweets.
in case.
The sad thing is, this is the NY Jets 15. Sad thing is, no Bill Parcells waiting in the wings like in 1996. All these rookie wide receivers lighting up the league, and we haven't seen Mims.
Right.
Yeah, God, I want to see Denzel Mims, but like I also don't want to like break him. They could just ruin him. No, I don't care. I want to see Mims regardless. I have to see Mims. I gotta give me something. Give me some kind of hope for next year. This is gonna be a long, boring, friggin' BS offseason. With us. How are we supposed to break down anything from the last 2 years? This team sucks.
Dude, it's so bad, Ryan. What are this was a gut punch, man. It just like came out of nowhere. It's like we're talking about what we could get, where he could go, and then it's like, oh no, nothing.
You know how when you like get a really strong flick and you could like hit something really friggin' hard, and then just imagine that whacking you in the nutsack. That's how this feels right now.
That's right where it's
right in the beans.
A phenom.
Oh, it's brutal. Christoph, thank you for the super chat. I don't see a question there, but I will assume you are upset about Le'Veon Bell. It's just where I'm going with this one.
Oh, so
Stuart says, who's next for the chop? God, I mean, if they're really trying to save as much cap space as possible, maybe Crowder. We save $11.5 million next year if we cut him. I don't think it's a good thing.
he's toast.
Christoph says he is a new Seahawks fan here. I'm done. Shake my head. Dude, I don't want to like root for the Seahawks because Jamal Adams is over there. They have our former head coach, our former safety. They have, I'm pretty sure, Shell's over there. They got.
Yeah, he's doing great.
Dude,
Man,
we
he's doing
suck.
great.
We suck. Just.
We'll go with Robbie and Matt Rule.
Oh yeah, this will be a Panthers channel. It'll be Panthers Talk, 24/7, and the Talkin Panther panel. Big cats and kitties there.
Hey, all you cool cats.
Hey, all you cool cats and kitties. We'll have one of us will be Joe Exotic, the other will be Carol Baskins, and then the other one can be that creepy dude that has orgies at his farm. That's what we'll say. I'll let whoever wants to be who. I would make a cute Carol Baskins, so I'll say that. The NY Jets says we released Bell out of respect to him. That had to be Joe Douglas's call. Let him go win with a worthy team. Imagine being me and living in Buffalo. That's my only thought, is that this is Joe Douglas doing a solid to a player and trying to save face for the rest of the league. But I don't know if I'm just grasping at straws for this. I think I am.
I think we are. But I think that's what it is, man. I just don't like that comment that you read with Jaime and Chris Johnson are involved with whether or not Sam Darnold plays.
Yep.
Like, I don't know what that is. If that's
so if you want,
the next
let's
guy
take
to
it
go is Joe Douglas.
Let's take it another level further, because there's another comment. This is on Jet Nation where I saw this. So when you look under this, I wish I knew what his name is. We'll say it, Jaime. I don't know what the last name is pronounced as. Overseeing all team business operations, for 20 years, Jaime developed a deep level of respect for both sides of the building, said the Johnsons specifically, and I witnessed firsthand his leadership, communication, and organizational acumen. At the end, a key element of his role is working closely with general manager Joe Douglas and head coach Adam Gase to integrate football and business operations, providing support and guidance to help them both navigate their responsibilities. The relationship between the three formed the foundation of the Johnsons' vision for a unified franchise, one positioning itself for long-term success. That has me with the little heebie-jeebies. Like, I want to make sure Douglas is running this team. I don't want anyone else pulling strings that we don't even see. Like, it's not even like it's Adam Gase. It's some dude behind the scenes. I don't even know what this guy looks like. Not that would help one way or the other. It still makes me feel uneasy about this whole thing.
Dude.
Matt, you've been quiet over there.
I don't know what is there to say, Ryan? Jesus Christ! They just gave up.
I feel so bad. You guys probably want to make videos and I'm leaving you hostage for the next 18 minutes. It's so fucking frustrating.
I know, Matt.
Jesus Christ.
Bell to the Cards or the Seahawks. Eileen says facepalm. We lose every year. We look bad every year. Breaking news, Lawrence already planning to stay in college for another year.
Yeah, I know. That's the way it's going to go. And we're going to say that we didn't want him anyway. We wanted Trey Lance.
Axel says Bilal Powell and Elijah McGuire are throwing shade on Twitter. Okay, let's see what these guys are saying.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's pull it up.
Bilal was pissed, man.
What do you say?
He did like a little zipper emoji and like, I don't know, I guess like he knew it was coming kind of thing.
Man, that's like, I hate everyone. I hate everyone. This all sucks. This is the woe is me Jets fan. All right, we got over 320 likes, or 319 likes. So let's give away another shirt. Remember, every 100 likes we get, we give away a shirt. So make sure you...
How many likes we have? I only see 75. What the hell's going on down there?
Hit your refresh button. We got 329 right now.
Boom, I got
all right, so all you guys got to do is go down into the Flick chat down below in the description. And all you got to do is vote on the shirt. Or vote on the shirt. God, my mind's all fucking soup right now. All you got to do is vote in the poll question. Okay, I got to give this guy a shirt because this is the best name I've ever seen. I don't care what numbers you guys give me. Actually, no, give me some numbers. Let's make it fair. Matt, give me a number 1 through 5.
3.
Okay, I just picked number 3 right here. Totally doing it randomly. This guy's name is Adam Gase Blows Ass. Okay, so Adam Gase Blows Ass. You're gonna you win a shirt. Oh God, that is good. That is a good name. There's not too many good ones in there. There's like a few interesting names, but that was Depressed Jets fan. That's a pretty good one. I don't think anyone's gonna beat Adam Gase Blows Ass. So reach out to me, send me a private chat on the Flick chat, and I'll give you a shirt. Shamik Scheider says, "We'll let Gase ruin this team for the inside." Wait, we let Gase ruin the words. Okay. All right, we let Gase ruin this team from the inside just like he did with Miami. He ran off with all their star players, got Jamal and Bell out of here. What a team. He sucks. This whole team sucks. Christopher Livingshun says, we are an effing joke, man. I'm pissed. Take in calls so I can speak my goddamn mind. I'm tired. Save Sam Darnold now. I was gonna take calls, but Matt and Greenby can't hear the calls. That's the issue. And then I just want to hear all your calls. I can rattle through a bunch of comments right there. That's what we kind of see. So that's the only reason we're not doing calls right now.
Right, and people are gonna be long-winded tonight, boy.
Oh, that's just it. It would be great if we had a flip-flop of the Tuesday show and the Monday show, because then I could just rattle, hear people, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Just everyone go through and just rant. Le'Veon Bell calls Miami home. I don't know if he wants to go to Miami, though.
No.
Maybe could you imagine he goes to friggin' Tampa Bay and plays with Brady and that friggin' running back room? They already got Fournette.
Yeah, they got Fournette. They're good.
It's not happening. I don't know where he's going to go.
Going to the Pats, man. That's where he's going.
The Patriots, the friggin' God, I don't know. The Patriots are a good one. The Packers are a good one. The Seahawks are a good one. God, it could be any team. The Chiefs, literally any team with money, because he doesn't have to take a big contract. He could just take the vet minimum.
Yeah, that's from his perspective a good thing at least, because he can go to, like he said, he could go to New England then and tear it up with Cam Newton and have lots of fun.
You have a blast.
Yeah, win another Super Bowl.
I'm telling you, Matt. I don't know, man. I'm too old for this shit. Why do I feel anything anymore? No, I can't believe I actually felt something. I don't feel anything ever. And I felt something when that became real. I was like, what? I don't understand.
Yeah, that one hurt.
NY Sports said there was an injury guarantee in Bell's contract. I don't know if that's true. I don't see it, at least not on Over the Cap. It doesn't say it.
What's an injury guarantee? To explain.
Oh, wait, hold on. So it's just like Quincy Enunwa. He's guaranteed to get his money if there was an injury. So there was a reason why there was no trade that happened with Bell, because there was an $8 million injury guarantee for next year.
Right. So Douglas was like, yeah, nobody's biting on this one.
No, I don't think so. I don't see that in here. Le'Veon Bell signed a 4-year deal with the Jets. Currently estimated cap hits should be correct. We'll update when we get more information. Yeah, I mean, Spot Track's not always 100% correct, but that's like, I don't see it in there. They would normally have that listed in there if there was an injury guarantee. I don't know. I think the Jets were going to release him anyway at the end of the season. I don't know. Oh, he says, look at Samini's Twitter. All right, let's pull up Samini's Twitter.
It says. I don't go on Twitter anymore, it seems.
Rich Samini. Bam, got it. Okay. All right, yeah, Jets could have waited until trade deadline and maybe could have snagged a late-round pick for Bell, but they, too, would have taken a risk for 2021 with an $8 million injury guarantee. Clearly, he wouldn't have been on the team in 2021, could have been on the hook for money with serious injury. Hey, that makes perfect sense. That makes all the sense in the world as to why the Jets cut him outright. If you think he's a potential injury risk at this point, there's no reason in tying up that money. You knew he wasn't going to be on the team for next year.
Super smart. This, I'm routinely impressed by how intelligent this franchise is. Aren't you guys? This is good.
Yeah. No? So apparently Samini says, aware of Bell's frustrations, the Jets started shopping Bell on Monday, contacted every team, also gave his agent permission to speak to teams. In the end, biggest deterrent for teams wasn't the $6 million remaining in base salary for 2020. It was the $8 million injury guarantee in 2021. So that's the critical point that the Jets were unable to shake.
Another Mike Maccagnan gem. Another Maccagnan injury guaranteed gem. Like, not for nothing, though. Think of what Joe Douglas came on board and had to navigate through. The CJ Mosley debacle of a contract, the Quincy Enunwa albatross that was. This Bell injury guarantee, and on and on and on. Kelechi Osemele, it's just like, you name it. It was just a big pile of crap that he had to sift through. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not jumping off any ledge, but that was stupid, dude. What is Maccagnan doing? Remember, Mike Maccagnan was quite literally negotiating against himself.
Dean in the chat goes, Jets shop literally just sent me an email saying 30% off store wide. He goes, are you kidding me? No, anything in Jets store is 30% off. Get your custom Trevor Lawrence jersey now. That's what it should be.
Dude, nobody buy anything. I'm telling you, don't bite 30%. What's 30%? What is it? Let's say it's $100. You save $30, you still spend $70. $70 is $100 to me. I don't know.
Working in a retail store, I could tell you right now that everything is Keystone 50%. So even at 30% off, they're making 20% over what they're paying for. And they're probably stitching it in house, or I guess it would be Fanatics or whatever that does the stitching. They're probably not paying anything. Michael V. Basso says should be 70% off. That's more like it.
Yeah, dude. But think about it. They just cut Bell, and they want to pay. They want to take 30% off Bell jerseys.
Well, it's gonna be 30% off everything. I don't think it's just Bell jerseys. They would. I would have to imagine they won't be selling them any. I would hope not.
They're not selling. I'm telling you, don't bite. Nobody.
Watching this.
If we want
Scotty, look at this. Scotty goes, I feel bad for any player hearing their name called on draft day from the Jets equals Gronk spike my phone. Ugh. God, that's almost how Mim's facial reaction looked on draft day. Ugh.
I was just going to say the same thing. Remember that? Joe Douglas is like, hey, man, I'm looking for a playmaker. He's like, yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, I guess so. I guess I could be that guy. Kostas Katsoulis says, next step, trade Sam and fire Douglas. Thank you, Adam. Oh, God.
Yeah, right.
Look, I could live with trading Sam. Like, I can wrap my head around that because it's going to happen anyway. But, man, you can't let Douglas do everything he just did and fire Douglas. You gotta let him build the team at this point.
Dude, the Jets have precedent. Sorry, Matt, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say they pretty much just told you that they don't give a shit about Sam Darnold's development anymore by doing this. They don't
100%.
Which is awful. I feel terrible for the kid. But they don't care. How are you gonna evaluate him in the next 11 games? You can't.
You can't. They are giving up 100% on Sam Darnold. They're all in on the tank. You can't justify giving away a weapon like Bell, even if you think he's regressed a little bit. The fact that there was attention put on him by the other teams around the league when he's on the field, like that in and of itself is valuable to Sam, even if he's not running the ball well. The fact that this offensive guru is not able to figure out how this stuff works and he's just losing good players left and right. This team sucks. That's what it. Let's call a spade a spade. This team sucks, guys. We're at 386 likes. 14 more likes, I give away another shirt. So drop a few more likes on there. We will give away another shirt. Not 30% off like the New York Jets store is giving. Fun fact. 100% free.
Don't buy it.
We just eclipsed the 400 like mark. All right, so let's do this. We'll give away something in the chat this time. Let's see if this command works.
I just got a text from the Jets. Stop telling people not to buy our shit, asshole.
Go put your finger in an electric outlet.
Right.
All right. The winner is Montoth Gaming. Montoth Gaming. Reach out to me in some capacity and let me know.
Did you guys know this? Okay, sorry, it's not news, but it's just very ironic. So, do you know whose birthday is today?
I have no idea.
Rich Kotite.
No, it isn't.
Is that not the most fitting thing in the entire world?
Oh my God! This just like everything lines up. There's certain stars that align when
dude. How could you deny that there's some sort of spiritual design to all this? There's something.
It's fascinating. Michael V. Basso says, "Happy birthday."
Yeah. Happy birthday, Rich.
Monmouth Gaming. He goes, "What did I win? Oh no, you weren't paying attention." Monmouth Gaming. What are you doing?
A pair of pants. You won a pair.
You won Green Beans pants.
That's right.
That's what happened.
And the good news is I've been wearing them
Gaming.
5 days. Coming right to you.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. What am I trying to do? Bam, 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 bam.
100 more likes. I'm gonna cut a lock of my hair and send it to you.
We're gonna get like 550 likes now. That's what's gonna happen.
I'm gonna stuff a Coke can filled with my hair and send it to you.
Montoth Gaming, you won a Just End the Suffering shirt. Get in touch with me. Hit me up. Talk to me, brother. There's many ways to get in contact with me. Just get in contact with me. Let's go through the Flick chat though. Go into the description, click on Flick, and then reach out to me via private chat on there. That's probably the easiest way to get in touch with me. Or you can shoot me an email. I don't care. Just get in touch with me. I'll send you something. Jets Mess says Bells use jockstrap. That could be what you won. Joe S. says Gase never believed in Sam Darnold. 420 likes. We're at 419 likes. I only want one more like because that makes me giggle. There we go. No one else liked this video. Let's keep it right at 420 because that's how high this friggin' organization has to. Oh, see, now we're over it. Now I just ruined it. I ruined it. Do we get Dabo if we have the number 1 overall pick, says Mr. Tuda? I hope so. We just need someone that could bring some sort of excitement, and at least like getting the first pick and getting Trevor Lawrence is sort of going in that. I don't know. Ryan, did you see the Bills are losing 16-42? No, I have no idea what's going on with the game. It's Tuesday. Leave me alone. I'm so confused.
Tannehill's beating the Bills 42-16 right now.
Hire Arthur Smith.
Wow.
What was that?
I said hire Arthur Smith.
Yeah, that's just it. Like, okay, he clearly knows how to beat the Bills. We'll take it.
Yeah. Something we haven't done. Except last year, yeah, right.
Give back the In Joe We Trust t-shirt. Sorry. I still trust in Joe.
Me too. I'm on board. I just think we can't see it yet. That's the whole thing. Can't see it. Bell's going back to Pittsburgh. I wouldn't be surprised.
That's just it. Like I would not be shocked if he went back to Pittsburgh. I think, it's where he got the start to his career. He had so much success there with that team. Big Ben's probably going into the last year of his contract or last year of his, NFL career. I don't see him playing next year, and I think the Steelers might have to release him anyway. They might actually have to ask him not to retire because if he retires, all his cap hit accelerates to that one season where if they cut him, they save $19 million. I hope Trevor stays at Clemson. I don't want to destroy another talented career. Don't put that juju on me. I don't know.
Right.
Guys, we're at the end of our show. I'm gonna play a little bit of exit music here, and then we'll just go around the panel and just kind of get your thoughts. Green Bean, any last words for those in the cockpit?
So I still think that we're going to trade Bell, and it's going to be for a second-round pick. We do a live stream every Sunday. We're live streaming, or every game day. We're live streaming the games. Ryan and Matt stop by. We have a good time, as good of a time as we can have watching this disgusting display. But anyway, come hang with us. Jet Nation YouTube channel. Thank you.
Yeah. Matt, any last words for the panel tonight?
Don't buy anything from the Jets.
This team sucks. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm glad you were all here to hang out with us while this chaos was breaking. I don't know. I'm sure we'll have videos up shortly. Maybe not shortly. Maybe later into the night. Damn it! Son of a bitch. Guys, it's been fun. We'll see you back here next week. Don't forget to tune in to Jet Nation to hear our halftime thoughts on game days. And then don't forget to check out Matt's podcast, dropping every Wednesday. This is Jets Talk, signing off. Jets.